our spring weather finally feels stable enough to get into our gardens and start planting, and that's why you may want to consider a visit to the Hauberg Estate in Rock Island this weekend. Cindy Langer is here to tell us about the spring native plant sale. Cindy, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being here. We're super excited to talk with you. Now first, you are with an organization called Wild Ones Quad Cities, correct?
I am.
Okay,
yes,
so tell us a little bit about it. It's a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit. I'm the co-president. It's a relatively new organization in the Quad Cities, and our goal is to improve the environment and to get native plants in the ground, education, and our motto is 1 yard, 1 plant at a time.
That's fabulous.
It is.
Well, good for you.
And with the sale, we're also partnered with the Guardians of the Forest and Prairie.
Yeah.
And they're actually the ones that are in charge of the sale. We're just kind of the labor.
Sure.
You know? But they've been doing this sale for 21 years.
Yeah. And it's growing in popularity. You just mentioned it before we started the segment, which we love.
Yes,
right?
very much so.
It's because it's fabulous for the environment. Because over the years, Hauberg has incorporated many native plants on the property, in the landscaping. This has been a very big deal. Talk about why that's important to consider native plants when you're.
I would be happy to do that. You know, natives have been around since the glaciers came through. Right after the glaciers, thousands of years ago, the natives started. And they have changed with the weather and sustained themselves. And, you know, in nature, when the big prairie was going, they would burn. And then that ash would work into the soil and it would improve our soil. And it helps with erosion.
Okay.
And I think one of the important things is anybody that watered last summer, you spent a lot of money and a lot of time. And with your natives, they're adaptable to the environment.
Yes.
And they have very deep roots.
That's something that we have learned, you know, in previous conversations with Hauberg about the landscape and how beautiful it is there, and about the native plants is they're so adaptable.
Yes.
That, you know, once you get them in there, I mean, you can have an absolutely beautiful garden or landscaping without as much work as it would normally take.
Correct. Yes.
Very cool. So you brought some plants with you today. These are some of the plants that folks might find if they come to the plant sale.
Yes, absolutely. Everything you see here is for sale this weekend. We have about 5,000 of the 2.5-inch plants.
Okay. I'm going to hold one of these up.
Okay.
I love this one. Okay, so this one is what?
That's an anemone.
Yes.
California anemone. It spreads. And that's the thing about native plants. You need to know your plants, especially if you're doing a home landscape. Every landscape, there's room for a few natives.
Okay.
You just have to do your research and make sure that they're adaptable for your space.
Sure, and that is something before you head to the plant sale just to take note of, because, I mean, one of the most basic things is, you know, is it going to be in the shade?
Right.
Is it going to be in the sun?
And that's how you plan any garden, really. You look at what's your sun, what's your shade, what's your soil.
Yeah.
When do you want it to bloom? What height do you want?
Yeah.
It's all the same with the natives. You do that homework first. And the beauty of the Hauberg sale is there's a lot of experts that are going to be there all weekend.
You are answering all my questions before.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fabulous. You are providing us with such good information for folks that haven't been there before. That would have been my concern, right? Am I going and I'm going to be flying blind in there, not knowing what to do, if this is going to be right for me? There are volunteers and experts there that can help with that.
Absolutely, yes. So if you say, I have a 9x9 turf grass, and I would like to put in a native garden.
Okay.
We can help you figure that out.
Very
we can.
Nice. Very, very
and
cool.
we'd be very happy to do so.
Well, this is a really big weekend over at the Hauberg Center, you know, it's going to be a busy weekend as well. You have said how popular that this has become, and that must make you so happy, considering
it does.
You know, you've made it your mission really to spread awareness about all of this.
Yes.
So very, very cool, Cindy. The Hauberg Spring Native Plant Sale, it is happening this Saturday from 9 to 4 and Sunday from 10 to 4 at the Hauberg Estate in Rock Island. Now, if you want want to learn more about Hauberg, visit haubergestate.org. And to learn more about the Wild Ones organization that Cindy is part of, go to quadcities.wildones.org. Thank you so much for being here and chatting with us. You've made it very easy to understand for those of us that do not have a green thumb.
Oh,
so.